we are back. So Millie's asleep, and I don't know how long she's gonna sleep. She's had a little bit of a cold, so she's got a stuffy nose. You know how that goes with little ones. So as long as she's sleeping, I'm hoping this will only be a two-parter, but maybe we can get it done. And I'm glad I waited. It gave me time to think about how to continue. We got a lot done this morning when we started, and I think I'm ready to play around a little bit more. So let's get started here. I didn't pull up. Oh, I didn't even close out of the old video. Let's see. Oh, right there I am. Okay, I look the same, so I thought it was this one. So, okay, the only thing I did without you, I did lay out some things to play with, and then I finished the gold leaf around the edges. That's all I did. And because the paper is so dark, you almost don't see the gold. So I thought I might pop it just a little bit with some gold glitter, but I wanted to do, well, I guess I could do that first. I'm not exactly sure how these are all going to lay out. I'll tell you what I do know. Let's just go with what we do know. Oh, but I'm going to do red. I'm going to get out the red glitter. I know I want a red glitter. You know, even laying it all out, I'm still like, I'm not sure. So if you missed it earlier today, I started this heart. It's just I think it's MDF, they call it, from Hobby Lobby heart. And I covered it with dark old music pages, and then I dressed up a little old Valentine postcard, okay, with just some lace. And now what I want to do here, oh, I have a little brush. I have to get up. I gotta get up and go get a little brush. It's the only thing I didn't think to grab. Hang on, let me just, it's right here. Easier just to grab the whole jar. Okay, then I need to pick the one I want instead of just grabbing whatever. So hi you guys, welcome back. Let's see, I just want a tiny one for this, what I'm doing here. I need a pointy tiny one. Oh, these are all so tired. Tired. This ought to be good. No. Oh, here, this one's good. Okay. All right. So I've got the lid off, so we're ready to do that. And I have my red glitter here. Hi Sharon. And I'm just gonna dip into some good old-fashioned Mod Podge. And I just want to Mod Podge and glitter these little hearts on this envelope, just to give it a little bit of shine. I don't typically do a lot with glitter, although this last week I sure glittered everything. I got invited to be part of the sparkle room, and I kind of laughed to myself that, okay, is this why I'm so into glitter right now? I don't know. Is it subliminally or whatever? I don't know. That was exciting. I get to present with all of the other people, so I'm excited. Okay. Oh, and I just put that out of the way, and I need it. So let's sprinkle. Let me open this up. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of glitter here. Probably way more than I needed. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that definitely. Can you tell? See if I can grab a little. There, I saw a little bit of sparkle there. So that just brought it to life. Oh yeah, you can see it. Brought it to life just a little bit, I think. Okay, and then to keep it in place, I was hoping it wouldn't look like little blobs. I've got my good old Aquanet. I've had this can for years. It's still going. And I've got my, I've got a little cardboard thing down here that I always Mod Podge on. So I'm just going to let that dry, and we're done with that. And then I thought, I was thinking maybe on a, I don't know, maybe on one of these, I would glitter the edge. So this will go on the bottom. maybe I'll glitter the edge of this one, just the edge. Okay, and I'll let it spill over onto the top just a little bit. Let's see. I don't want to kill the vintage of it, but I also, you know, I want it to be happy and eye-catching. So let's see what happens here. Just a little bit. Yeah, it did go. Oh, oops, I missed a spot. There we go, got it. Let's see. Make sure. Here we go. That should have covered it. Yep, covered on that side. Now, oops, I almost dipped this into the glitter. Do that. Let's do some glitter. Can you guys see? I'm not sure I have it down as much as I did before. Okay. Let's keep it going here. If I just gather this all down here, press in with a can. How about that? How about that? And then we'll do this just on the end. Okay. Okay. I need a little bit more kind of on the facing of it, just a little bit here and there. So let's do a spot there and maybe just like a little spot down here that comes over where that black smear was, if you remember, where someone had smeared their ink a little bit. Oops, I didn't quite get enough. Oh, and my thing's going to be dirty. Let's see here. Wipe it off in the trash. Not dirty, but have glitter, and I don't really want to get glitter in my new big container of Mod Podge there. All right, let's try again. Okay. Did I knock it all off right there? Maybe. Maybe a little bit. Okay. And then I need to get it off of where I don't want it. Okay, now you can see it. I feel better about that. A little bit maybe right there. Let's just do this. Okay. Oh, and then I feel like I'm a little bit short right here too. Just where you would be able to see it. Let's do this. Gotta dump it out anyway. Okay. All right. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so now this little heart has a little bit more life, just subtle. It's very subtle. It's not going to take away from the writing or do anything like that. I think I wasn't going to spray it, but maybe I will. Just give it just a little bit. So here on the table, I'm not going to have glitter everywhere. Okay, what else did I want to glitter? Maybe, let's see, I had another little, oh yeah, let's just glitter both of them with the writing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this one. I'm not looking at your comments, you guys. It slows me down, and I don't know when Millie's going to wake up. And if she wakes up, I'm going to have to run and get her, and she's upstairs clear at the opposite end of the house. So I would have to leave you sit here blankly for probably 30 seconds or more, probably more. And I don't want to do that to you, so I'm gonna keep going. I did go through and like everyone's comments and answer when you know you had a question or something like that. And I will do the same when I get a minute to sit down again later this evening. So just so you know what's going on. I'll try and peek at you here every now and again, but sometimes I go down a rabbit hole with comments and that throws me off. It takes me longer to do something. Okay, let's spray that. Just a little bit. It does help. You wouldn't think it would really help, but it really actually does. Okay, I think that's all the more I want to do. Let's see, so I have 4 hearts. That's 3. Where's my other one? What did I do with it? I've got my big one and that one. What the heck? Where does everything keep going? Oh, it's right here. Jeez. Okay, what I was going to do with this one, I had a bright idea of maybe just stenciling a little heart on this, like that, just a tiny little heart. And I think I'm going to do that. I might need a little bit bigger, but this one's too big, I think, yeah. And these are all the same size, so I'm just going to do that. Is there one smaller than this? That might have been cute to do a bigger one and then a small, oh, here, like this. There's two side by side. Let's do that. So, okay, let's get in here. Oh, I've got my stencil pouncer thing, but I think I can do this just with the brush. Let's see. I'm hoping. Okay, let's see what happens here. Did I just smear it? Maybe. Kind of looks like I did. I think I just smeared it. Well, let's get what we can here. I better dump. I did. I knew it. I could just tell. When I looked at it, it didn't look like a heart. Okay, so it looks like I took off half of it. I have to wipe that one off completely. Let's see here. Push down in the middle. Let's see, I'm trying to bail it out. No, that doesn't even look like a heart. Oh man, hang on. Oh. That's the saddest heart I ever saw. Might as well just wipe them both off and start over, right? That's what I'm thinking. Let's wipe them both off. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Where'd that stencil go? Right here. All right, rather than that way, maybe I better get out my little pouncer, but I got too big of a pouncer. I should have grabbed a smaller one. So, okay, let's just try that again. You can't hear me? Well, I'm kind of whispering because Millie's sleeping. Julia, I'll try and talk a little bit louder. I don't want her to hear me. Wake up. So yes, I am talking quieter than I normally do. I'm sorry. You're probably all saying that. I can't hear you. Boy, that bottom one is just weird. Maybe it's not me. Yeah, it's just a blob. I like the idea of two, but see that? It just blobs. Shove it in there and make it look. I still don't like it. What did I do with that? Oh, I probably threw it away. Top one's okay. Let's just go with one. Because I don't want to hold you guys up. I can always wait and do another one later if I hate it. If I feel like it needs it. Okay. Yes, I am whispering. Is everybody saying that? You can barely hear me. I am. Oh, thank you, Tori. I know, Linda. When I was dipping into my big one too. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so I'm gonna set this up here and let it dry. So I have a little bit of glitter on that. And then the only one I didn't glitter is the big one. And I was thinking with this one that I was digging around. I used to have small heart doilies, and now the only ones I have are the larger one that we used on those books a couple of years ago. I have several of those, but it's way too big for this. So, but I found this, and it's just a funny shape, but look what happens when I lay this in here and cover that. I'm losing a lot of it, but I'm keeping a lot of it as well. So I think I'm going to do that. You can't hear me. I'm sorry. Oh, good. Turn up your volume, everybody. I'm kind of whispering for Millie, so we have more time together. So let's do, let's see, I gotta grab a couple of things. tape. I've got my tape here. I want to run some tape on top of the doily that I don't want to be sticky. I'm talking a little bit louder, but I'm really pushing it by doing this, but I'm just sitting here waiting on her to wake up. I thought, oh, might as well go live and risk it. Because you know when they don't feel good, sometimes they sleep longer than normal. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Trying. She sure loves this craft room. She's constantly crawling in here. You can't go in there. There's too much to get into. She always wants to be in here. You're just like your Lolly. She's just like me. I like to be in here too. Okay, so I taped off what I don't really want to get spray adhesive on. And then, so I get rid of this. And then I can move my hairspray. And so I have my yucky cardboard here. Let me grab my spray adhesive. If I can find it. Okay, I got it. I moved a few things around, trying to work. I'm just gonna spritz the spray adhesive. It's just Super 77. I use it all the time. Any sort of spray adhesive that you have. Stencil spray. I noticed some new kinds. Where was I? I don't remember where I was. Oh, I was at Hobby Lobby. They have different kinds of spray adhesives there. So you do that. But yeah, I didn't want the rest of it to be sticky. So, okay. Now I'll turn it upside down for me so you guys can see. And you usually let it just sit for a little bit because it tacks. I'm sorry, Dorothy, you might have to catch the I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong. You let it sit for a little bit and then it gets really sticky. If you saw, it gets really sticky and then we're good. Okay. So that'll work. I know the whole thing isn't covered, but it's fine. So then what I thought I would do is put like a big boinky bow at the top. Let's see, I've got two ends right here. Let's just use that, although I'm getting myself in a knot here. Do I want three? No, it's going to be too big. So I just need a little bit more there. That ought to be good. So I'm going to put two strips together of seam binding. And let's just see what size I get here. A little bigger than I want. So I'm going to pull it down, make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to pull on these to make it nice and tight. Actually, I think that's a really nice size. So let's go with that. Let me clean up the ends here on these two pieces. I still have a little, oh yeah, it's folded. It's hard when it's wrinkly. Okay, I got that one. And then I'm going to cut this to be the same length. So right about there. Okay. Alrighty. And then I think this is going to go here, which is going to go here. I think it is. You can hear me? Okay, good, Mary. Oh, shoot. Let me plug in my glue gun. I don't really need it right this second. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be out of the camera more than I'm in the thing. Okay, here we go. All right, so I have that, and then I thought maybe, oh, I should have golded this. Let's see, can I get it off? Huh. Would it still be sticky? I should have golded this. I'll tell you why, because I was going to run, I forgot, I was going to run this little, remember the lace that we had before? I was going to run it on top, is why I didn't when I was doing the gold leaf, but now I need to, so we're gonna back up. So hang on a minute. We didn't lose too much time here, but I do want to do that. because I don't want that brown edge to show, right? So let's get this done. Just makes a big difference. See the difference? Not and yes. One side's done, one side's not done. So let's do that. This is just Rub and Buff. The color I chose is Gold Leaf. It's also going to pop that little bit of lace too, a little bit more. I think it would have been even brighter had I painted the heart before I started. Well, I know it would, but I didn't. I didn't because I knew I was going to cover it with paper, so I didn't mess with painting. But I really wasn't thinking about the edges. I should have done that. I knew better than that. But this is fine. It's plenty shiny. I'm fine with it. Okay. I'm better than fine with it. I'm happy with it. Okay. Now I've got it all on the sides. That didn't take too much time. Now I'm going to go in and just overlap it just a little bit here and there, okay? Just so you can see it from the top as well as the side. There, okay? So now you can see it, like, see, you can see right there. I overlapped it haphazardly, hit and miss here and there. Okay, so, oh, did I do this one? No. So before I clean my hands up, let's do that one. And then let me wipe off the back of this before I accidentally smear it anywhere. Okay, and then let's stick it back down. And we're still sticky. See, it's still sticky, so we didn't hurt anything. Whoops, but I did get it on the front. Let's see if I can clean that off. I don't want to get it on the doily here. Okay, and let's see if we can get it off. Yep, good thing we sealed it. Okay, good. All right, now, so I'm happy with that. I still see a teeny touch of it. Okay, which is fine. And then that's going to go there, and then that's going to go on it. Turn it for you guys to see. I always intend on having it face you, and then it ends up somehow facing me. Sorry. Okay, let's smear a little bit of this stuff on this one. Uh-oh, what am I doing? I lost some light. But that's okay, it almost might be better. I don't know why. I might have hit the timer on it, maybe. I'll have to look in a second, see if we can get it back on, but I think it's fine. You guys can see me still, right? I bought this new light to try and brighten things up in here. I think you can see fine, maybe better even. It's good to know. Okay, I did. I got it on that hand. Okay, now I'm going to do like I did on the other one and bring it in just a tad. A little more than I want on there, so I don't want to go crazy. But I do want a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe the back off. That might get me in trouble somewhere. And I'm going to set it aside. And I'm going to try and clean my hands up just a little bit so I don't, you know, get it where I don't want it. Oh, thank you. Good. Let's see. Well, that's not enough of a baby wipe to do anything with. Okay. Boy, these baby wipes have been so handy. Someone in the comments said they're too far from the kitchen sink. They use their baby wipes all the time, and that's the way with me. When you're doing chocolate tour, you have to do it in the kitchen because you really need water. But my craft room was far from the kitchen. So, okay, I better just leave this lay here for a little bit. Okay, and now I think I'm done. Now I think I'm done with that. The other thing that I had laid out was, remember yesterday in our little project, I had this little pearl heart, and I thought about maybe painting the pearl red. So that might be pretty, but I don't think I'm going to, because I've got enough of the, it's a pin, it's an old pin. So just pulled that off with the wire cutters. Let's see. I'm sure I get everything off here. Okay, make it lay as flat as I can. It's not too sharp. Okay, and I'm thinking about adding that. So yeah, I think I kind of want to pull the golds too. So we will see about that. I'm not going to glue it down just yet. And then we have the postcard right here that I glittered and hairsprayed, and it will go like that. And I'm thinking when I'm all done, this will sit on my mantle like this. So, yeah, so maybe I need the big heart up here. Maybe I need the big heart on the other side. Like that, which is covering all those words we patched in. I told you I would cover it. I told you, and I did. So I'm thinking that can go up there. So then that puts this on the other side for me. And then we have this one, which would go here with this. And then this little handwriting one can go off there like that. Okay, now as I'm looking at it, I feel like maybe that's the one that needs a little extra. I don't even know if it needs that big ruffle. Remember I was going to do that big ruffle? I don't know if it needs it. Yeah, I still have it on here pretty thick. I'm going to just clean it up so that I don't smear it. Okay. As long as I'm not scrubbing it, I'm not wiping it off. I'm just wiping off what was loose. But I think I want to add this to that, or do I want to put it underneath this one? Maybe both. Maybe both. All right, let's see. She's still sleeping, so hi DJ. I'm being a little bit quiet. The grandbaby is sleeping upstairs, little Millie, and I don't want to wake her up because then I'll have to leave you guys to go get her. Either put you on hold while I run upstairs, or leave and make up part 3. And I don't really want to do either one of those things. But we'll do what we have to do. As long as you guys know what's going on, and if that happens to happen and somebody comes in and says, hi darling, if somebody happens to come in and say, what's going on? Why are we looking at her wall? Please tell them I'm grabbing the grandbaby, okay? If that happens, I may just hang up and come back. I don't know. We'll see. It's in my nature to plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? So I'm just thinking ahead if that happens. I love having her. Love it. I miss a lot of crafting time with you guys because I worry about that. And then half the time she sleeps 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, I could have gone live. Maybe we just need to steal those moments when we can and explain it away, and there you go. So that's what I did today. Tell you guys what's going on. All right. So here we go. And then I'm just going to, whoops, I need to glue that again. I'll snip it a little bit longer than it needs to be just to be safe there on the end because I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. I didn't get it glued all the way to the point for some reason. Okay. She ought to be glued up now nicely. Okay. Now I just need to clean up this little bit. I overlapped them again like I did on the postcard. Just a little bit in case I needed to do anything like that, but I don't. It's fine. Sweet. Very sweet. Okay. So now we have this. Don't want to cover up much. Oh, I didn't even show the X on either one of them. Huh. Remember I was all worried about the X's for X's and O's. Oh, okay. So that's good. I think that's good. What else did I have out here to do? Oh, let's see here if I can find it. I don't think I'm going to do the lace underneath that. It's almost too much. I don't want to overdo it. I do need a tiny heart or something. Let me see. Where did I have a little something? Oh, here it is. I found it. I found this in, remember when we took the, when I ripped the, is the red, yes, it is glitter. Let me show you. I don't have anything glued down just yet because I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure how it's going to be exactly, but that's where we are. I found this in the titles that I ripped off. Remember when I said I don't like straight edges? And oh, it's backwards. It says the letter, and then underneath it, it says shed your beams on me. And I thought, how cute, because this is a letter in the postcard. It's a letter. So I thought I would put this off of a corner. Let me see. I might need to just rip just a little bit across the top just because I don't like straight lines. There we go. Oh, didn't hurt a thing. How about that? How about that? It's pretty good for me. Okay, and then I'll angle that on there, and then I thought maybe underneath a pretty button I would put just a little snippet. So I have a little drawer of little scraps that you would typically throw that away because it's not big enough to make a bow. But when I say keep your little things, you could do that and just pull your red onto this and put it right there like that, if you can tell. I'm not sure you can tell. Okay, I was thinking that for there. I really think I like it. I'm going to do that because I really like, I love that. Didn't even expect that to happen, right? That was a sweet surprise. So let's do that. Get it on there. And then let's get this on there. I might need to trim it back a little. I don't know. Might need to just a little bit. So, oh, did I just drop it? Yes, I did. I drop everything. I swear I drop everything. Okay. So let's get this to land here. Yeah, I'm covering up my words. I can smush it around a little bit. Let's see. What if I push it that way with glue? Yeah. Okay. I'm upside down, you guys. I can't. I'm trying to keep it right side up for you. Let me put a little glue on this other leg of this ribbon and see where it lands. It was kind of folded over in the storage box, and I was just gonna let it flop and see what happens. But yeah, I need to trim it up a little bit. So okay, I glued it down just right up here at the middle, not a whole lot. And then I'm just gonna snip it back a little bit. Now I won't keep that, that's extra small. And trim it up a little bit. There we go. Now you can read, even though you can't read it because it's backwards, you can see the words, and that's important, I think. Okay, now let's see what happens with this button. And it's one of those really thick ones. Typically, I'd take my hammer and pound it down. And maybe I need them to match. I thought I laid out 3, and I know I have several of these. I have these little buttons with gold, but they're white. I have several of them. I think they might have come from Michelle. She had an auction, Michelle Hill, and I bid on some buttons. Lord knows I didn't need any buttons, but I saw a lot of gold in her little collection, and I don't have a ton of gold. So anyway, I'm going to stick these white and gold buttons on here on the corners, and then I have more here. This was my grandma, my stepmom gave me my grandma's jewelry box, and in it was all of these. I mean, nothing was anything. Ooh, nothing was anything, but I loved to play in it as a kid. And so, like, she had, I mean, just a key that's not even in, none of this was vintage. These keys are nothing. There's a little whale. None of it was anything, but it's all my grandma's. And I added just a little bit of ribbon and a little doily to it. But it wouldn't, anyone else wouldn't like it. But for me, knowing it was grandma's, I remember her wearing that pin, that pin, that pin. I actually cried when she gave it to me. I didn't expect it. I just didn't expect it at all. And, we were at my stepsister's house and she pulled me into the living room and everybody kind of came along and I'm like, what's going on? You know, what's happening? And she said, I brought something for you that she had found in the basement. And I got to have it. So that was super awesome. And I love that she did that for me. So I had grandma's jewelry box sitting up, you know, on my shelves, never looked at it, never did anything with it. And I found, I don't even know where I found this thing, but I added some really cool papers. It's Paris. I found a lady selling Paris paper, just a few pages of a Paris newspaper. And so I Mod Podged it onto this box and then put grandma's stuff. And that's where I keep all my buttons, all my not white buttons and not cheap plastic colored ones. They're over in another drawer because I use those as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that because it's a lot flatter than this other old one and it matches the other corners. I wondered if that would bug me, so I think I'm going to make a match. So there's another little idea. Get those treasures out from under the bed or out of the closet or whatever. Figure out a way to enjoy them because I'm in that button box all the time. Julie's in there, Sherry's in there, like my friends get in there. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so this is where we are. So now let's decide. So I used, instead of ribbon this year, I found this chunky yarn at Walmart with the other yarn, but it was kind of separate. It was that, who's the girl with all the really pretty cookware? Pioneer, is it Pioneer Woman? Maybe? I want to say it was something like her ribbon. I don't know. Something like her stuff. So I guess it would have to go. But I thought about this, which is a super cute idea for somebody, but I don't think I'm going to do that for me. I think I want to stick with the vintage, but look how cute that is. So if you don't have old lace, you could use something like this. Yeah, Pioneer Woman, maybe. If she has yarn, it was like a real bright green. It looked like a different sort of wrapping, and it was away from all the other yarns. But anyway, I used this, and I tied big bows on all the packages. Some of them I did fancy, but I did the majority of them in that, and it was really cute. Okay. And then as everyone was untying them, I'm like, I'll take that, because I could picture wrapping it around a styrofoam tree or something like that, or making, you know, wadding it up in a ball, different size balls, and working it in your decor. So don't throw it away. So, oh, I laid these here earlier before we even started. These are, I picked up a little bundle of prescription, old pharmacy prescriptions, 1941, 1935. And I thought, how cute, like Lovesick or something like that, but I don't think I'm going to use it. But I thought I'd show you, because maybe you have an old prescription you could put. So I thought that was kind of a cute idea, but I ended up not using it. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with it. I'm going to look around and see. Oh. Do I want to do that? Oh, and I forgot about this. I had laid this out to possibly trace around one of the hearts, that little chain that I liked so much. I thought about that, but we don't need it now. I think it's fine. So that's one thing I'm going to nix. Let's see. So this is the other thing I was thinking, is this red ribbon. We had this out earlier. And this is why I didn't glue anything down just yet, because I need to turn it over if I'm going to do it. So let's take a quick sneak peek at this before we decide if we're going to do this or not. You guys can see it, okay? I'm just going to lay it here and see what we think, if we need it or not. I mean, it's you know, always nice. Sometimes more is more, you know? Oops, I had glue. I had a glue string. Let's see here. I'm gonna wrap it around here a little bit. Oh, I think it's pretty sweet. I think yes. What do you think? Well, you're letting me know. I mean, I'll do whatever you guys say because I'm like, yeah, I'm either way. It kind of reminds me of a Valentine box. How about a 12 edge with glitter on the edge? Well, I am thinking about, I've got gold glitter right here because I was thinking because the page is so dark, you almost don't see my gold. And I thought about just putting a little touch of gold glitter every here and there on all 3 of the hearts with the gold edge. So I'm thinking about doing that. So we are on the same track. You guys, you think yes on the ribbon? I got a couple things more to grab here. I forgot. Back out this. Oh, come on. Back up this. Oh, I know what else I have. Okay, I just thought of something else completely. I think I might have an old heart lock. How cute would that be? Let me see. That would be in here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have stuff strung everywhere again. I do have a big crafting one. It's always full. It's always full. So I'm gonna leave that in case I do more glitter. Here it is. Here's my bag of hearts. Don't like the trim ribbon. It's too white. Okay, which is why I added the whiter papers. Yes, a Valentine chocolate box. I think I had that thought and didn't finish it, Pamela. You're right. You were thinking of key. I got keys, I got my faces, but I thought, let me see if I have a heart lock. I know I've had them before. I found a guy that had a bunch of locks. This one's kind of a heart. Kind of. Let's see here. Oh, he's got it. Oh, they're all tied together. Hang on. It's not a super duper heart. This one's kind of a heart. Does that look like a heart? Let's see. Kind of, huh? I might need to add a little. Oh, thanks, Linda. I don't have a key with this particular one, but it was unhooked from the rest. I did pick this one up. It was $15. I picked this one up. I thought it looked like a heart for a project because I like to do black things with black. You love the lock? I just saw that. Key or coffee stain a ribbon? Yes, I could. Absolutely could. So let me see. That's too big. Here's a little one. Oh, here it is. A little key. Still too big. Got any smaller? Hang on, guys. I'd have had this laid out if I'd have thought of it sooner. Is this one any skinnier, but too big still? I mean, what are the chances? No. But it is skinnier. Let's see, I could rob a key from one of these. Is it the actual? Oh, but it's the actual. Is it the? Oh, yeah. Oh, it is the actual key. Let's see, this one's a little bit. Oh gosh, this one's a little bit. I got such a clump here. But this is a little bit smaller. It's more gold. It still looks like a heart. I think I'm going to do that one instead. And it's got the right size key with it. So let's do that instead. And then, let's see, did I put the other keys away? And then I could add a little key over here. Let's see, I'll have that tied and maybe put a little key there. It's coming, right? Can you see? Oh, thanks, Sherry. Thank you so much. I have, Allison, yeah, a little bit. Okay. So let's put this away. Okay, now do I want, oh, sliding. Do I want, I think I've got enough reds happening. let me grab, so I'm still deciding about this cream. I saw one girl, I saw a few of you say yes, and one said it's too white. I really need you guys to tell me what you think. So here is some cream colored Seam Binding. I still need to work on this to get it more like a heart, I think. Chip away a little bit there in the middle and get that little heart, a little dip in between the heart. Is that more like a heart? Is that blue? What the heck is that up for? What the heck? So I want the box side up. Let's see, let's get this little key in here. How cool that they had the key with it. I'm afraid now to comment because this morning I commented on something. Oh, I try to block them, Gail. Just ignore that. And when I see it, I block it. And I watch like a hawk. Happens all the time, yeah. And I try to, oh, do I have a troll right now? I think that you're talking about him. They do, even to my mom. Hello, beautiful, you know, and mom's like, good grief. I'm 84 years old. What's going on? Kind of freaks out. I ban and delete every time I see them, but sometimes you guys might see it before I get to it, but I try to get them all. So if we got someone on here now, I didn't catch that, and it's fine. Just let him go, and you guys just give him hell, because it just helps my algorithm, right? The more comments I get, the more Facebook's like, dang, something's going on and Tammy loves vintage. And so they pipe it out to more people. So yeah, even though they're nasty and annoying, don't worry, it's fine. Okay, all right. So when I make these little bows, I had a lot of people ask, hi Stephanie, yes, I'm back. Have a lot of people asking, like, how do you get them so little? So try to make it as small as you can. And then hold the middle of it and pull these little loops back closer to the knot, and then pull them tight again, and it'll keep inching and inching and getting smaller and smaller. Sherry's Decor, more how do I block? If you just hold your finger on it, it'll pop up and you'll have all kinds of options. And I don't know if you can block on someone else's page or not. But that's how I do it when I find them in the comments. I just hold my finger on it and it goes away. I can block them. And then it comes up and says, do you mean to block that person, so that you didn't bump it on accident? So yeah, if anybody ever does that to you guys, just block them. And they can never message you again. And you can go in if someone's like in your future and he says, I saw you, you know, on a live and I was teasing you and you didn't realize it was him. You can go in and unblock somebody if you want to. They're not blocked forever. They're just blocked as long as you block them. Okay, I think I like that. I kind of like the red. I kind of like this because it looks like a candy box. Open their page, it will give you options. Not sure you can block someone on someone else's page. Yeah, I'm not sure either about that. I like that a lot. Let's see what happened. My ribbon fell. I want to put one on this string too, on this too. Oh, I probably should have put a red one over here, shouldn't I? Oh crap, I went to all that trouble. Probably should have put a red one. Oh well, I got another little idea to bail myself out. I had an idea. Thank you. So I'm just tying a regular bow, keeping it as small as I can. And then I pull it, and if I look at it and it's like, it's just a snap bigger than what I want. See that? Just a little bit bigger than what I want. I pull on the tails, holding it together a little bit because it'll loosen up. Pull on the tails to shorten them up. And then I pull on the loops. And sometimes it goes right back. It's you just keep doing it, and it inches down, and it does get smaller and smaller. And yeah, that is a much better size ribbon for, I was holding it upside down, I think. That is a much better size ribbon for this little key. So let's cut, let's see, I'm going to cut it a little bit longer maybe than what I think. And then I need to fluff fluff out this one loop, got a little buckled over. Let's fluff that out. There we go. Okay, perfect. We'll put the key, like the key to my heart. I love this. Happy with that. Then when I said I had an idea, what if I took a little teeny tiny, just a little snip of red like I had down there at the bottom, just a little piece. Let's see. Well, I'll just cut it from here. I'm trying to decide how big, because it curls up and I can't tell how big it is. And then I got all these little stringies on the end that I don't want. All right, and then what if I add a really cool clock face to it? And I think my snippet's too small. I think it's too small. This is maybe better. Just to get some red over here. How about that? Just to, let's see, do I like that? I don't know. Hang on a minute. Hang on, let me play. Trust in the process, right? Okay. Yeah, I like that. Can you see? And then I have that over there. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. And the other day I posted a heart, just such a simple heart, and it's exactly what I did today. Like with this bigger one, let's say, I just covered it with paper, I tied a ribbon, I glued a heart down, and then I used this ribbon from the end cap at Hobby Lobby and strung it across. It was the simplest little thing. It probably took me, I don't know, no time at all to make. And then I strung this across. Remember the heart? You guys remember that? And I strung a couple of these across it. That is all that I did. That's all I did. So you basically watched me do that. And so many of you asked me to do it. I'm like, I can, but I mean, I've done it before. And it was so simple. So there you go. Anybody that needed to see that, there you go. You saw it. So there's that. Now, back to this ribbon. Let me go back and see what you guys were saying about that. I saw one no. I like the candy box ID. Like the trim, it just changed the feel of the heart from romantic vintage to cute. Okay. Just delete the troll and keep commenting. Let's see. I must have had a troll. There's Gail. There's the dollhouse key. Oh, love. Everybody likes the lock. Where is that? You could tea or coffee stain the ribbon. Yeah, I could do that. Warm it up a little bit. You think it's just too white? It's too white. There's a too white. You don't like the. Okay, you guys aren't liking it. There, you are liking it, Cindy. You like. Sherry likes it too. That might not be a bad idea to tea stain it. It might just be showing up whiter too in the lighting. I don't know. What else am I gonna do with it? You know what I mean? I've had it for like 2 years, and maybe I could stain it, but then I'm worried I got everything else so white trying to make this work and pop the dark. All right, let's assemble it. Let's assemble it like it is, and then we'll decide. So I have this all put together. Okay, and then I want to lay this down. So rather than hurting this postcard, I think I'm just going to gently lay it down. Maybe like 6 little dots of glue. That if I ever am like sick of this thing and I want to change it, I can. Angle it that way. Okay, there we go. Because to know me is to know I change my mind. And I get tired of things. And usually I end up selling it to you guys. Okay. So, I kept this one pretty simple too, actually. All right. And the beauty of doing the Mod Podge, it really, this glued on stuff, I might have got that a little too high. This glued on stuff tends to pop right off of Mod Podge. Like you can say, oops, I'm missing because I scrolled up there to see about the lace. Go with what you love. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Oh, someone thinks so too. What do you think so? The white ribbon. Okay. Everybody thinks I need to stain the white ribbon. Okay, let's get this laid back out. Here's my ribbon. This might be a little bit too long and too big. I'm gonna do the same thing with the double ribbon that I did with the single, okay? I'm gonna back it down just a little bit. I'm gonna cut the tails a little bit shorter. Make it just a little bit smaller. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's much better. So I'm gonna put this, find the best side. That looks like the best side. Just gonna put a little dot right here. Again, with the Mod Podge on there, you can change your mind. Oh, shoot. I want to do my glitter. Ooh. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Let me dump this other glitter back in. This is where I get myself in trouble. Okay, I'm done with the red glitter for sure. That's the other thing with these glitter canisters, you can't take the lid off and pour it back in very easily. So, okay, let's get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. I definitely want to do that, so. Okay. Even though I'm going to have gold glitter on everything, I'm doing it anyway. We're doing it. Okay, we're going to do this anyway. Even though it's going to be a mess, we're doing it. Let me get the red. Everything's glued down. No. Okay. All right. Okay. Don't show us as much of the white on the trim. Oh, yeah. I think I will try to tea stain it. I don't have to get it super dark, like the paper. I can tone it a little bit, just with like straight up tea. I don't have to do the steeping kind, the really strong kind. So I'm okay to wait, and that'll give me time to look at it and feel how I feel about it too. So I'm okay to do that. I'm okay to do that. Let's see here. Where's my gold? Oh, here's my gold glitter. And of course, the only gold glitter I have is that fine stuff. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do. See me? I'm gonna do, I want to do it with this stuff? I don't know. 1, 2, 3 on that one. Then we're gonna do 4. Okay, got some strings here. Oh. I got into that. Do I have a wipeout? A wipeout. Another one because it's dull. It's dull where I had it on my finger and I wiped this glue string away. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a little bit up here. This will be 5. Just a little bit. Let's do some over here. 6. Smear it around a little bit. 6. And I have to do a spot down low. Let's see here. Oh, it's still coming out. Ooh. 7. Okay, and then that, I think it is, oh, let me see about that other heart. 6, 7. Maybe a little tiny touch on here. 8, a little bit here. Maybe a little touch there. Okay. 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 places to hit with glitter, okay? So let's knock out these 3 first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, all right. Okay. And I I am not going to hairspray it because I have glitter. There's glitter all in the middle. So as soon as that glue dries, I'll take a paintbrush and wipe all of this off. And as soon as it's good and dry, then I'll run the hairspray on it, okay? I'm not doing any more than that. Now, am I getting it on my shirt? No. Okay, so that's 3. Let's see, this one's glued down too. Oh, what a pain. But I have to do it. 2, 3, 4. Come out. 4. You know what? What if I turn it to the shaker part instead of the dump part? 4, 5. Still dumps. 6. Okay. And then we're going to go do these edges. If they're not, oh, they might already start to be drying. Let's see. 7. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, I hit them all. That's the only reason I did that. I didn't want to miss anything because this is such a, I'm all over the place with this thing. But I love it. Okay. Now, I'll show you what I've done. So I added just, can you see that? Yeah, you can see. But see what I mean about all the glitter gathered that where I didn't want it? It's all like right here. I didn't want it there. It's just laying there. It's kind of like static clinging. You can see where I want it. You can see it. Okay. All right, there, that's better. Now maybe that'll be better for you. So I just did here and there spots. And then on the big heart, I just did here and there spots. Okay, see that? Just a little bit on that top. And then there was a little bit somewhere around the bottom, down here. Okay, just here and there. I just wanted a little bit. Okay, let me hold it over my trash can. This fine stuff, ugh, I'm never buying it again. Even though I love it, I don't want to mess with it. Ever again. Ugh, horrible. I swept and swept and cleaned after I made a bunch of the stuff I was going to put in my sale. And Randy comes in and he's like, where did all this glitter come from? You don't even have anything Christmas out. What happened? I can't remember exactly what he said. He wasn't mad, but he was like, what the heck? And it was everywhere in the house. And I did, just like I'm doing here, I really tried to clean it up, but forget it. This stuff's like dust. It just goes everywhere. So let me, I'm just pouring it back in. This is the coolest little tray. And you can save your glitter. Instead of putting it on a paper plate and funneling it, it really works well because it's got its little funnel built in. So I love that. Okay, so I'll put that away. And then I'll bang this on my trash can and get rid of it and take it to the sink and rinse it. Because at this point, it's fine if Mother wakes up. It's fine. Not going to be the end of the world and worry about you guys. We're at a good spot. You can see what I'm doing now, so I wouldn't feel as bad. Happy where we are. Okay, so let's get, I'm glad I remembered that little bit of gold for sure. I just need to wait for the tacky glue to dry so that I can take a brush in here and scrape it away where I don't want it. Oh, and I wanted to tell you where those little ripples were in the middle. Oh, it's on my face too. Sure, it's right everywhere. No, it's all over my shirt. I see it. It's all over everywhere. Oh, well, here we go again. It'll be on Millie. So, oh well. Oh well. This big stuff way not as bad as that other. That other just like seriously just grabs. So okay. So that we're gonna do, and then that other heart to the side. So I think I can go ahead and tack this one down. Okay, I just put a couple little dots on there. It's fine. Okay. And then, okay, put a little bit on thought that was easy. Oh, let's see, I need to think about where it's gonna lay. Over here and here probably. No, it's the other side. Wait, I got it. Okay. Let's see if we can get it down here. Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure I had my glue where I needed it to be. That's fine right there. This ribbon was a little, or this old lace was a little clumpy. Okay, now let's see. We've got a key here, and we have this. Do I want that in the middle? I might like that in the middle better. I think I do. Let's put that in the middle. I like it better. Okay, right. Putting some glue on this old pin. I've never lived without glitter. Yeah, I know. It is. It's a love-hate, right? You love it, but ugh, you hate the mess. It's worth it though. Once I get it all sealed in, once I spray this down, but I want to get all of the stragglers off. There's a lot of stragglers where I don't want it. So I just need to take it outside and, you know, pound on it a little bit, take a brush and wipe it. But I want to wait until all of the piles of glue is gone so that I don't smear it and make a mess, because we're too far on this thing now to mess it up, right? Too far along. So now I'll put the key, and it's like a key to my heart. I love that. Okay, so good. All right, so I'm just gonna put that on the fabric. I always put it on the fabric because the fabric holds hot glue better than metal. I can just go wherever, and then I might snip this up just a little bit to just not interfere with the key. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, and then I have over here, I had my lock and key that I wanted to put up here. So the lock and key. Now I'm wondering, do I want to put just a little snippet of red? Is it weird to have red on the lock and cream on the key? Shove just a little piece in here. Let's see. I was just sitting here thinking I need to post a picture of this for you guys, and I posted a picture of yesterday's cherub angel frame project after I hung it, and I put it in the group, that Crafty Creators community, the CCC group. I forgot to put it for you guys. I'll do it. I'll post it tonight. And then I did post today about the other event coming up tomorrow, where I think it's been going on. Oh, actually, it might be going on now on somebody's page. Oh shoot, I just thought of that. Well, it might be. I might be stepping on somebody. Oh, our power just went out. Wow. Oh, our power just came back on. It's not storming or anything. It's not windy. That was weird. Weird. Okay. Okay, this is already glued down. That was really weird, wasn't it? Okay, so I've got my lock and key, so I can glue that down. I'm happy with that. Let's glue that. Let's glue our little key. How cute that that is the actual key for that lock. That is amazing. Okay. And then that's glued down. So I don't have anything in mind for this spot. Everything else is done. I had thought about putting, I had a tassel thing that oops. Everything lands on the floor. Where'd that go? Here it is. No, it's not. This is that ribbon that I dropped. Where'd that go? Well, I got another one. I don't know where it went right now. Huh. Crazy. Millie will find it. But I was gonna put that here, but it was gonna interfere with that. And I thought about putting it off the corner. I didn't love that. And I had a red button with like a, I don't know where it went, but I know I have another one. It has like a velvety cover over it. So I kind of liked that. See how good that looks? But I didn't really have a good spot for it, so I'm not using it, but it was a thought. So if you're making one and you got a spot for it, you could make a little tiny tassel and stick it somewhere. What about the watch face? Oh yeah, where'd that go? Good call. Where did that go? Huh. Well, I'll just get another one. I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. It went over here in all the blue strings. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, because I was just thinking I need to do something on this. I don't want a bow. Let's see, don't want a bow there. Could do a bow there to pull the other bow over, but I was going to do this, so I won't need a bow. Okay, right. Do we like that? Do I want to do this and put the watch face in the bow? No, it's too big. Do we need a different watch face? How about this little round? What's this do? No, I need a bigger bow if I'm going to do that. Okay, forget that. Do I like this watch face better? Or do I like the combo of the two? Okay, if I glued, I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the 12 o'clock. I was upside down. I thought I might be. I'm going to glue this to the back, whoops, to the middle of the back and stick this ribbon down so I can not have to fuss with it. Okay, let me let that tack up a little bit. Okay. All right, now that'll be easier. I'll have that red ribbon where I need it. Okay, so if I put that there, maybe just set this off the side. I like that. Okay, let's do that. And then I think we've got a little bit of something everywhere. The only thing I didn't put on is my buttons, and I always put buttons everywhere, but I'm not really seeing a hole for buttons, so we're not going to do it. We're not going to put them. Let's get this down. Okay. And then I'm going to do the top and the bottom. And you guys, there's watch faces and keys and old papers. There's all kinds of things on my website for you guys if you want vintage and you don't have a source for it. Now you do. So just know that it's TammyLovesVintage.com. If you want to see like my TikToks, guess what it is? TammyLovesVintage.com. You want to go to YouTube? Guess what it is? Instagram? Guess what it is? Everywhere I am, and just add a .com for the website. It's all Tammy Loves Vintage. So I was lucky to be able to claim all of it. So there we go. Here's what I got. I think it's awesome. You guys like it? Look, okay, so let me give you a close-up here. Took us a minute, didn't it? It took us a minute, but we got there. Let me see. What is it missing? And then when I display it, I'm going to set it this way, like this. And then in my Christmas section at Tammy Loves Vintage, I have not a lot of these left, but I have a little bit of this this greenery, that just the plops that are half, you know, a half circle, and I literally call it a plop. So I can put a plop here with it, which kind of pulls the green out of it, or I have these frosty ones too. So I'm going to incorporate some of this red that I pulled out for Christmas and bring it back in for Valentine's. I've got a couple of wreaths and a couple of wreath options and a couple of plops options. So I think, see how that just like, this is a terrible place to display it, but I think adding the greenery with the red in it is really, really good. If you're interested, it's under the Christmas. These are under the Christmas section. And I don't have a price on this one. I can't tell you. And this one, I do. This one is $16. It's a little bit bigger and it doesn't have the frost on it. So this one could go a little bit longer. Like if you have red in your kitchen, you could do something like this all year round. If you need little pops of red, you can put it up on a candlestick. This isn't a candlestick, but you can put it up, you know, and just plop it like that. And you can imagine on a, like a old crackled candlestick or something, you can do that. You can, if you have an old, like a little galvanized bucket or a little wooden bucket or whatever, you just set it in the top. Even an old crock, you just set them. I call them a plop. That is not the official name. I made it up. But yeah, I'm going to wait, Pam. The girls weren't sure they loved it. They thought it killed the vintage of it. And a couple of them said it was too white. And so what I'm going to do is the tea stain. I think I'm going to tea stain it just a little bit. I'm not going to get it dark, you know, dark, dark. I'm going to try my hand at that. Maybe that I have a piece that was kind of moldy looking, not very good looking. This piece right here, I had to cut off. So I can practice with that and see what happens. See, it's kind of yucky, yucky, yucky. So I might try that first and see what happens and see how does it bounce back when I get it wet and all that stuff. And then once I decorate for Valentine's and pull my Valentine stuff out, then I'll decide if it needs it or not. And so that's the two reasons. And the girls seem to like it better without. So that's why I didn't do it. And then I just happened to think there was something I've been meaning to show you every video. Remember when I did the quilted hearts? I did tweak them a little bit. The more I looked at them, they were a little too plain Jane. So I did go ahead and sew the exact same ruffle, and I sewed it tight, pulled it in a circle until both ends met. Here are the two ends right there. Okay, so I pulled it and formed it into a circle and glued it down, and then I added a gem to the middle. I decided which gems I liked, and that's what I decided to do. And then the bigger one, I did the exact same thing with this. So now I have my set of vintage quilted cutter quilts, or what they call feather stitch, or crazy quilts. I've heard all. I think they pop up the most under crazy quilts. I think a cutter quilt is any kind of quilt that's really damaged and you're going to cut it up. But anyway, so yeah, I did change these a little differently than what I originally thought I was going to. So that's all I have. So you guys, thanks for hanging out with me today 2 times. And I'm kind of glad it worked out that way, that I wasn't in that event, because I got to take this a lot farther than what I wouldn't have been able to go this far and think it through so much. So it turned out to be a little bigger than what I thought, but I really, really love it. And I love the fact that I was able to use the old, so many old elements to make it feel vintage. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not following me, make sure you do that. I never remember to ask you guys. She did. She slept through the whole thing. I never think to ask you guys to do that, but double check, because that goes away. Like they take you out and you're not following me when you think you are. That's happened to me now several times, where someone will come up when I'm watching reels or something, and you just go to the next one and the next one, and I'll see someone like, gosh, I haven't seen her in forever, and I go look and I'm not following her anymore. So of course, liking the page helps our numbers, so I don't think it does anything, but following helps you. So thank you guys, thank you so much. If you loved it, you know, always spreading the joy is always a nice thing to do as well. If you're, you know, proud of it, you can show your friends. So anyway, tag them in the comments, and then they can come and see. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Have a great evening. I think it's going to be craft night. If not, I'll go live if the girls aren't coming, I'm going to go live in our group and work on our cotton spun projects that we're working on. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for the heart.